Hey y'all, if you are just joining, come on in. This is what we are making today. All right, you guys, this is that denim hobo bag that you all have been asking about. We are making this today. This was not, well, it was kind of planned. I woke up this morning and I said, you know what? I want to go live. So this is what we're doing today. So I decided to just get on here and just do it. So if you're just joining, let me know where you're joining from. This is not my normal time that I go live, you guys. So, all right, let me know where you're joining from, what city, what state, what country. I know we have a lot of people that come in from London. I think we had some folks from Belgium, from South Africa. I need to know. Hey there. I need to know, are you guys sewing right now? Are you thinking about working on a project, or are you just here for the vibes and the creativity? All right, Detroit in the house. Hey. All right, you guys, come on in. So this is in real time. This is no edits. You will get to see. Hey, Jade from North Carolina. You all get to see the errors and all of that stuff. But if you've never made one of these bags or you've never made a bag before, it's definitely very doable. But there are some tips and tricks. So you guys have been seeing me carry this bag in some of my videos, and people are always like, what about the bag? And there's so many options to this bag. So I want to bring that to you. Hey, from Georgia. We got North Carolina, we got Detroit. All right. Okay. Come on in, come on in. All right, so let me tell you really quickly about what you're going to need. So for today, I've actually got two bags here. This one I was carrying this morning when I went to breakfast. So it's actually got stuff in it. And this one is empty. And this is one that I made some time ago. This one actually made a little differently from the way I made this one. So I'm going to show you the way that I prefer, because I just think it gives you a much cleaner finish. So I'm going to put these bags to the side. You're going to make one of these. Okay, great. You have to tag me when you make it. All right. I have to see it. So don't forget that. All right, so I'm going to use this pair of jeans. St. Louis. All right, my girlfriend from St. Louis just called me a little while ago checking on me. South Florida. All right. Yeah, I had a lot of people checking in on me the last day because a lot of people saw the TV segment. And then some of you all actually turned out at the panel discussion on Thursday night. So, yeah, I was just playing around one day and started making this bag. And the very first one I made, it was okay, but there were some little imperfections. And then I made it again. And now this is one, like I said, that I carry constantly. I mean, it's got so much room in it too. So it's really wide down here. It's the one that I'm going to make today. We're going to actually carry it across the body. So it's going to be a little longer. It's not going to quite sit like this because this one sits kind of high up and it's not as easy to get over the head. But the one we're making today is going to be a little bit different. So I think you guys will like it. All right. So you all know I love denim. Okay. I love to work with denim. I love to wear denim. I got on denim jeans right now. Initially, I had a denim corset on earlier, but then I changed because I wanted just some contrast. So I put the stripes with the flowers. You know, y'all already know how I do. Let's see, who else is here? Great way to do it. Ever seen it either? Yep. The size. I'm going to measure. I got my tape measure here, so I'm going to measure for you. But let's see. So the first thing you're going to need is a pair of denim jeans. Now, could you make this out of something else? Could you do it out of corduroys? Sure. Could you do it out of, some other kind of denim styled pants? Absolutely. But we're going to use denim because that's what I really like. And I don't want anybody to have to necessarily go out and buy anything. So check your closet first, see what you got in there. I pulled these from my stack of denim jeans that I'm working on, and I'm actually making this bag to go in the upcoming show. So if you haven't already, if you live in Chicago, or if you're coming to Chicago and you'll be here April 26th, come see me and some amazing sustainable designers and other designers from Chicago, up and coming. Come see us at Revolution Runway. Okay, I will post the information below, but the fashion show is at 2:00 on April 26th at this beautiful, iconic Stan Mansion. So we'd love to meet you all there. Anyway, now, when you decide on your pair of jeans, don't get a pair of jeans that are super, super thick, because denim is thick and you're going to need a sewing machine for this. Can you do this without a sewing machine? Yes, but that's not how we're doing it today. So you do need a sewing machine. You do need some basic sewing skills for this. Okay. And the denim is thick and you want to make sure your machine can handle it. So I would choose something that is a light to medium weight. Okay. All right. Then the other thing you're going to need is at least a 20-inch heavy duty jacket zipper. Okay. So like this one here, this is a 20-inch heavy jacket zipper. This is going to help to give you more structure across the top because it's heavier. So this is my zipper here. It's white. It's not ideal, but I don't mind having a little contrast against the blue. And then optional lining fabric. Now, my bag, this one that I just showed you guys, is not lined, but we're going to bring lining into the picture. And I like to have a contrast. So we're going with this purple lining. Okay. And then the other thing, I mean, if you want to get creative, you can always add grommets. And how cute would that be to have a grommet on the front of the bag, and on the inside, you see the purple. Okay. Yeah. All righty. Now, would anybody, let's see, those of you that said you're going to make it, are you going to make it out of denim, or are you going to do it out of something else? And do you all prefer like a big bag, like a big hobo bag, or do you like something a little smaller? Let me know in the comments. And then, does anybody have old jeans just sitting around at home? Do y'all have old jeans just sitting around? If you just joined, this is the bag we're making today. Mimi, you're from downstate. All right, well, welcome from downstate. You should come up for the fashion show. Denim big bag. Yes, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a bigger, even bigger than this. Okay, even bigger than this bag, because we want to stretch it. And I'd like to take something like this if I'm shopping and I can just throw things in. So yeah. All right. Anybody got old jeans sitting at home? I don't want you guys. You have jeans in a pile. Yes, very similar to me. Would you add anything to this bag, or would you just keep it plain? You got old jeans. Good. I know we got old jeans at home. I mean, I went in my closet the other day and called myself trying to clean out the closet. I pulled out 6 pairs of jeans that I'm not wearing. So this isn't one of them, but suffice to say. All righty. Now let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to do is start breaking down the jeans and kind of deciding how big. Oh, leather piping. That would be nice. I like the idea of leather piping. All right. So here are the jeans, and I'm going to just wrap this around myself because that's going to give me a sense of how big I want it to be. This is definitely going in the fashion show, y'all, because this is a statement. All right. So I just wrapped it around my body to get a sense of how long I want it to be. And then I'm just going to put a pin in the space here where I want it to be. And that way I know. All righty. We're going to add my sewing table to the stage so you guys can see what I'm working on in real time. Now, I like these jeans, and I don't know if you guys can see it very well or the design very well, but these have like really huge pockets. Y'all see the big pockets on there? It's got like an embossed design right there. So it's interesting, you know, and I just feel like because it has all this interest in here, then I need to bring that in some kind of way, like maybe add a grommet or something. Like, what do you think? Let me know. Should I add a grommet? I've actually started making some of these tie rosettes. You know, you could put those on there. Let me know. Yes, these are men's jeans. These are men's jeans, but what's so interesting, they are so tapered in the waist, which is crazy. These are, let's not look at who they're by. We're gonna turn that over. These, I've had these for a really, really long time. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me get my seam ripper. All righty. So you guys have jeans at home. You can pull from what you already have in your stash. You don't need to go out. You don't need to go thrifting unless you want to go thrifting, but you don't have to because we have jeans at home. We have clothes at home. You don't know that brand. Okay, that's good. You don't need to know the brand. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this label off because the problem with the label is that it's going to interfere with me sewing the bottom. So I'm just using my seam ripper and I'm seam ripping it. If you're just joining, I think about 10 people have just joined. We are making this denim hobo bag that you guys have been asking about. I've been wearing it in my videos and people keep saying, where'd you get the bag and how do you make the bag? So now you're going to find out how to make the bag. Okay. All righty. So let me just bring my camera around because I am also recording this so that you guys will have a, what do you call it? A reel to go along with it as well. All right. So the first thing I'm doing, and did I mention all of the supplies that you're going to need? So a seam ripper, some scissors, a sewing machine. Hello, Felicia. Hello, Deborah. Angel, we saw you a little bit earlier. Let me make sure I didn't miss any comments. Did everybody tell me where you all are dialing in from? All right. Let's see. Let me do one more thing and make sure that everybody knows what's happening here. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to share the link to the video so that the folks over on Facebook who have been asking about it can also watch it as well. All right, there we go. All right, St. Louis, Missouri. Okay, we got a couple people on from St. Louis. Welcome, welcome, you guys. I have a really good friend from St. Louis who called me this morning checking on me. And I've been really glad to hear from people. I really appreciate all the shouts out and you guys, you know, just encouraging me. I really appreciate that because there's a lot going on right now. A lot. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, you guys. I forgot to put the link over in over on Facebook and on Instagram because I had people over there asking as well. Okay, here we go. I think we got it. Sorry. Whoops. I don't want to do that. All right. Here we go. Now I've got to get back to your window. Okay. All right. If you are just joining, and I see we got some folks in from Charleston, South Carolina. We got folks from Rhode Island. We are making this hobo bag that you guys have been asking about. Hey, Diana, welcome. Welcome to the Restyle family, all the way from New York City, Enterprise, Alabama. Oh, my goodness. You guys are from all over. Some places that I've been to, but I haven't been thrifting there. Dallas, Texas. All right. Well, this is what we're doing today. We are making this denim hobo bag that you guys have been asking about over and over again. I've been wearing it in the videos. You guys are like, show us what it is, how you make it, and I'm showing it today. So it's this bag. All righty. So we are starting with a pair of men's jeans. I don't always use men's jeans, but because I want them to be big, I want the hobo bag to be like a big bag, then I'm using a pair of men's jeans that are a size 34. Okay. But what's interesting, like I was saying earlier, is that the waistline is kind of like tapered, which is unusual. All right. So we're taking off the label. It took me a while to get there. Taking off the label. And that is because the label will get in the way of the design and how this is being put together. Again, this is not scripted. I am doing this as if I were just sitting at home making it. And hopefully we'll get to finish it. But I wanted to make sure I welcomed you guys in. Again, if you're just joining, let me know where you're joining from. Are you working on any projects right now? Do you have denim jeans laying around that you're not wearing? Can you pull something out of your stash? Are you going to sew along with me? North Pole, from North Pole, Alaska? Is that Alaska or Arkansas? It must be Alaska. I love Alaska. All right, so I took the label off. Try to take the label off the jeans. It's going to make it a lot easier for you. That's a shame. I used to know every state and every capital and every abbreviation. I don't remember anymore. And I used to know them too when I was doing all of the states. You guys, some of you all who've been watching videos, if you're not new here, then you know that I ran every state. Yes, Alaska. I was right. Alaska. That I ran a marathon or half marathon in every state in the United States and every continent as well. And so at the time I was doing that, I knew them all very well. So what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm taking the bottom belt loop off. And you want to try to get this off as clean as possible. I'm not taking the top part of it off yet because I haven't decided if I want to keep it or not. But right now I have to take that bottom part off. All right. So we're going to go in and we're going to cut. I would do this with my seam ripper, you guys, but it takes so long to do it with the seam ripper. It's cleaner. It's better. Do as I say, not as I do. All right. So see how that came off pretty clean. So we're just going to go through and take that bottom off. All right. And sometimes these can be a little challenging. So the more, I would say the more elevated the brand of jean that you are using, the more difficult getting this off is going to be, because they tend to really get that stitch in there. Um, really, really good. All right. We only have two more left. Questions. I wonder what the bag would look like if you add, we're already doing that. Yeah. I got a bag that's got brooches all over, a denim bag right now that's got brooches all over it. Yeah, we're gonna do all the things, okay? All the things. Doing too much, that will be me. All right, so the last one I just did, I cut it too close because I was going too fast, and I cut a little bit of this part of the jean off. So see if I can get. If you're cutting it instead of using a seam ripper, I would suggest really, really sharp scissors. So these scissors are really sharp. I will link these scissors when we get done with the video. Okay. All right. So now we have the loops gone from all over. All right. That's the first part. We've already decided how long this bag is going to be. All right. So I'm going to slide it over a little bit so that you can see. Sorry, I'm recording at the same time. All right. So here I put a pin right where I'm going to cut. I'm just going to line this up, and I'm just going to cut straight across. I'm giving myself a little extra for the seam allowance. All right. So we're just going to cut like that straight across. All right. So now, yes, a razor works as well. I don't actually have any razors. I know, that's crazy, right? So this is what's left over, is that. And let's measure. So I can tell you how long this oversized hobo bag will be versus the one that you see me carrying in the videos. So this one is about 32 inches. The one that you guys have been seeing me carry, this one is, and it's got stuff in it. This one is 25 inches. So it's not that much, but it's just enough so that you can throw it over your head a lot easier. So this one, if I put this one over my head, I have to really squeeze inside of it. And then it sits right here up under my arm. Don't really like that. Don't like that look. So this is fine for staying on my shoulder. And it does stay on the shoulder really, really good, like very secure, because there's enough up here to hang on. And I really like this bag. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you need to close up the shoulder. All right. So what I like to do is just pull a leg through like that, and then pull the other leg through. All right. If you just joined, be sure to say hi. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Appreciate it. And don't forget to let me know where you're from. I forgot to do something before I turned it inside out. Okay, so the way this is going to work, this top portion here, or the bottom of the legs, are what's going to go on the shoulder. So you've got to, you got to sew this together. Okay. So what I did was I started right at the inseams and pin that together. And then I'm going to pin all the way around. Now, because I have to flip this inside out, normally I like to pin horizontally, but I'm going to pin vertically because when I turn it, I don't want the pins to stick me and to stick out. Okay. Has anybody else already tried this already? Have you guys tried it to see if that works? All right. So now that I have this pinned, and I did that really quickly, I only put a couple of pins in there because I want to get through this. I'm not trying to keep you all here all afternoon. I'm going to go inside, put my arm inside the opening of the pants, and I'm going to pull this through one side like that. Okay. So now we pull this all through. I go in here and I'm going to sew around there. Okay. We're just going to sew there. Yes, I have my sewing machine right here. So give me a second to bring it up. Oh. All right. Now I have white thread in here. Oh my goodness, the white machine is not showing up. Over here, it's making me look like I'm disappearing. That's not cool. All right. I'm going to go get my foot, and the first thing we're going to sew is the shoulder, the top of the shoulder strap. If you're joining and you're just watching the replay, don't forget to tell me where you're from. I always love to know where people are from. And if you have good thrifting in your area, by all means, please let me know. Tammy and I were supposed to hit a state last week, but we didn't get a chance to. All right, let me go run and get my foot, because the foot that I currently have on there, can you all see that? It's this foot. This is the buttonhole foot. If anybody has the Husqvarna Viking machine or any machine like that, these have different feet from regular sewing machines that have that kind of flat plastic with the opening. This one, it does so many different buttonholes, which is why I really like the machine, but you do have to change out the feet. So let me go grab the feet. All right, I got the feet. Did I lose anybody? Nope. Okay, so apparently white doesn't show up very well on the screen. I don't know. Let's see. We're gonna just use this regular foot. Y'all see that? Oops. It's just a regular foot. Nothing too special about it. I just had to take that off. All right. So we're going to put that on here. Now, also keep in mind, you guys, those that enjoy the thrifting videos, our next live thrift is April 18th. I haven't decided which store I'm going to. I haven't decided what I'm looking for right now. I think I'm probably going to do some spring thrifting, maybe. But anyway, that's our live thrift date. So definitely save the date. Okay. Now we're just going to sew this area right here. You guys will watch me do that. Anybody else trying this at home? Are we sewing along, or are we just watching? Either way, it's fine. This was spontaneous. Afemide, you made it. Yes, this was totally unplanned. I was just like, you know what? You guys have been asking for it. And I don't think I'm going to drop a video tomorrow. So this is the video for the weekend. Tomorrow is Easter. And I don't think anybody's going to be like looking for a video anyway. So this is your video for the weekend. All right, you guys. Now you can see that I'm right here at the top and I am getting ready to stitch. I do have my pins in there. Let me just make sure the other camera is on. And I'm just going to sew right at 5/8 of an inch. Did a little back stitch. And like I said, if you're making this, you want to use a pair of jeans that are lightweight to medium weight, nothing really heavy. You can see I'm using my household machine. I'm not using the industrial machine. So I had to choose something that was going to be kind of in between. If you're just joining, just to remind you, this is what we're making. This is that denim hobo bag that you guys have been seeing in the videos as of late and that you will see a lot of over the spring. And this bag that I'm making today is going to be in the fashion show on April 26th. So, all right, let's get this sewn up so we can get done. I'm also going to do a little back stitch at the flat felt seam because that is a thicker area, and I want my machine to skip stitches or have any. Did I do this right? I hope I did this right, y'all. Am I coming to Detroit? I can't come to Detroit. Do you all have some thrifting there? Well, let me take that back. I will be in Detroit in June. Okay? I will be in Detroit in June. I'm coming for a conference. Maybe I will come a day early and do some thrifting. Do y'all have thrifting? Felicia, you have to tell me about it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be wandering aimlessly throughout Detroit. Okay, I hope you guys are seeing all of this. We're almost done. This is where we started. All right. Oops. Okay. The other thing I love about this machine, I don't have to use my scissors because it cuts the thread for me. All righty. So that is done. Right now, we're going to move the machine out of the way. Okay, machine out of the way. Now we have our almost finished hobo bag. Come to Charlotte. Oh yeah, we're definitely coming to Charlotte. So right now, our top places that we are trying to hit this year, right now we have North Carolina, Maryland, and there's one other place. All right. So now we're going to turn this inside out. And now we have, can you kind of see where we're going? Okay. So we're just going to stop with that right now. We're not going to do anything with that just yet. So next, we want to make space for the zipper. Now you might be asking, how do you get things in and out of this bag? And you also are thinking about, is it going to be secure and safe and all of that? And so, yes. So the zipper is in the crotch of the jeans. So you guys can see that on the other screen over here. Yes, good thrifts in the New England area, Providence, Rhode Island, vintage. Oh, yes. That all sounds delicious. Salvation Army, downtown Detroit. Okay. I will be looking at all of those things. I can't remember the dates in June that I'll be there, but I'll definitely let you guys know in the vlog when I'm coming, where I'm going to be, where I'm going thrifting. And if you guys want to meet me there, that would be awesome. Would love to meet you. Okay. So the zipper goes in the crotch area of the pants. Okay. And this part is really easy. You can make it more more intense and more complicated if you want to, but it's not necessary. So this particular one, I used a black heavy duty zipper, but for us, we are using this heavy jacket zipper, or you can see it here. Okay. This one is 20 inches. I think this one is 20 inches too. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start at the inseam here. I start at the inseam and I'm going to cut right next to the flat fell seam. Let me know if you guys can see this, okay? Because I am doing dual string. In fact, how about we do this? All right, hopefully you guys can hear me now. I can see, yes. Can you all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Yes, no, you can hear, maybe. Let me know. You said I can see. Audio is back. Okay, great. So when I switch from one camera to the next, the sound goes away. All right, so I'm clipping very close to the flat fell seam, okay? Very close. Now, I'm gonna get my tape measure because, of course, I don't want this to be longer than the zipper. So the zipper from stop to where it's pulled down at is actually 19 inches, okay? All right. So that means we're gonna do, about 9.5 inches on one side. I'm gonna put a pin in here at 9, just in case. I always play it safe because once you cut, I tell you all in the videos all the time, once you cut it, that's it. All right. Now I don't do the live upcycling as much over here, but if you're in my membership, then you get the live classes once a month. Plus there are special videos for the members only. If you're interested, it's only $5.99 a month. We meet in person live and we talk about sewing and thrifting and upcycling and all of that. And I also do giveaways over there. So if you are interested, it is available. And I'll put the link below if you want. All right, so we opened it up. I did 9 inches on one side, 9 inches on the other. Okay. Now it's important to do all of this stuff before you close up the bottom, because once you close up the bottom, that's it. All right. So I'm going to take my zipper and I'm going to start. So I like for the pockets to show when I'm wearing the bag. So for me, this is the front of the bag, in my opinion. But again, it's all about what you want, what you like. So to me, this is the front. And I usually wear my bag from on the shoulder on the right down to the left. Okay. So that means that if I open it, I want to open it that way. But again, you can do this any kind of way you want. So I'm going to take my zipper, put it inside here. And then I'm going to grab some straight pins because we are going to need those. Hang on. Of course, my stuff is everywhere. All right, I grabbed a few straight pins because I think it'll make it a lot easier if you pin it. Can you do this without pinning? Of course. If you just joined, and I see we had a few people that just joined, we are making this bag that you guys have been asking about. This is that Hobo shoulder bag. And right now we are putting in the zipper, okay? If you just joined, let me know where you're joining from, what city, what state, what country. It's always cool to know. All right, so what I'm going to do right here at the opening, I'm going to hold the zipper in my hand and I'm going to push the zipper opening up towards the top. And then the zippers have these extensions on the side. And we're gonna, actually, I'm gonna go a little bit further because I know I bought myself a little extra space. From Houston, Texas. I am so jealous. I wish I was in Houston. I saw that Angelina was selling all of her stuff and getting rid of, oh, I hope you got to get over there. If you're a thrifter or a seamstress, you got to get over there and get some things from her stash. Anyway, so what I did was I first starting to pin the flat fell seam of the denim jeans to the extension of the zipper. And then next, I'm going to just take this raw edge here and we're just going to slightly fold that over, maybe like 1/4 of an inch, just about 1/4 of an inch. And then we're going to lay that right on top of the extension and we're going to pin it. Okay, I'm going to go just a little bit further and then I'm going to bring this closer to the camera so that you guys can see it more clearly. Yes, I have stuck myself. Hopefully I'm not bleeding. All right, so there you go. And we are then, once we pin this all the way down, we're going to just stitch right on top and stitch here right on top. Okay, so we're going to keep pinning. All right, again, if you just joined, let me know where you're joining from. All right, I'm going to come back on camera. Hey, y'all. Hey. Let me know if you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Houston. Sour Girl Sews. Yes. Again, so jealous of you guys because I would be all over the stuff that she has. If you're just joining, this is the bag that we're making today. This was a spontaneous upcycle that I hope you guys enjoy. It is in real time. So all the mistakes, all of the mishaps, all the good stuff, all of the discoveries are all coming through. Okay, you can hear me. Great. All right, I'm going to keep going because you can watch on this side. You can watch me watch my sewing table, and then you can just listen over here. Okay. All right. So is anybody else? Hey, Dee Dee. Hey, girl. Hey. Are you going to come to the show on April 26th? I hope you decide to come. And then we're doing another thrift crawl. Dee Dee, we're doing another thrift crawl in May. I don't have a date yet, but it's coming. It'll be in the blog, in the blog first. I will announce it in the blog. So if you're subscribed to the blog, you'll get it there first. The second place that you'll hear about it is in the community section here on YouTube. The third place you'll hear about it is on Instagram. And in the fourth and last place you'll hear about it is in the vlog, okay? In the actual video, because everything gets to the YouTube video, long form, last. Because this is the thing that takes longest to do. It's easy for me to just put it in my newsletter. As soon as I secure the date, that's where it's going first. And then, and so on. Hey, Jen. Hey, Missy Grando, 1965. Thank you for joining. Dee Dee, yes, I will absolutely let you know. Love the bag. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you guys can hear me okay, because switching back and forth does make it a little bit challenging. All right, we are coming up on the end of getting this zipper in place. Now, when you guys are pinning this, it doesn't have to be perfect. What needs to be perfect is when you start to sew. That's what you want to make sure it's perfect. You pin it in place so that you have a general sense of where you're going to be sewing. And then when you get to the sewing machine, that's when you can perfect it. Okay. Again, if you guys are just joining because the number went from 38 to 45, wanted to let you guys know we are working on this bag that you guys have been seeing me carry in my videos, and you guys keep asking me about it. So I decided to just jump on here and make it for you. Again, I like the back of it because I like the pockets. I think that the pockets are so cool. So yeah, that's what we're making. Let me know where you are tuning in from, what city, what state, what country, what continent. All right. And I was saying earlier, I am going to be in Detroit in June. So I need all of the recommendations for Detroit. And then I'm going to be in a few places in July. Not in the States, but I'm going to be doing some thrifting in some other places. All right, so here we are at the end. Welcome, welcome. If you guys are just joining, definitely jump in here and say hi. Tell me where you're logging in from. I've got to open this up a little bit more because remember, the zipper is actually about 19 inches, but I was being conservative because I didn't want it to be too big. What are you saying here? I'm in Houston, nice and sunny until we get some rain later. It is so dreary and rainy here today. I didn't even want to get out the bed today. I was like, oh, okay. So we are opening this up a little more. Can you guys see that? I had to cut it a little bit more. Now here's the end. I don't want to expose that. Reverse. No, but you know what? That's a thought. I like that idea. Flipping the pockets around because then they're functional. I don't want this part exposed. I actually want that to be inside. So I think I'm going to stop right there. And I'm just going to add another pin in here. All right, we're just pinning the extension. All right. And this is going to be my last pin in here because I'm going to have to do a little adjusting. Now, what you will notice, oh, we got some more folks in. Let me see where you guys are here from. Let's see, we've got Belleville, Illinois. That's not far. And then Baton Rouge. And oh, they don't have the overlay. So I thought I had put in to have the ads run next to the video so that um it doesn't interfere with the video. So you can't dismiss the ad, but you also continue to see the video. That's what it should be doing. Now, I don't know what's going on, YouTube. I don't know what's happening, but that's what because I have the option to select. And I normally don't select the ads because I'm usually out thrifting and there's usually music going on in the background. So they won't allow ads if you get a copyright or something. So, but yeah. All right. So here we go. Can you see that? All pinned like that. All right. Some ads. Yeah, you should be able to skip them. However, if you can watch it side by side, it helps. Okay. Yeah, the ads help. And I know the ads are frustrating sometimes, but it really actually does help us creators on this end. All right. So some of you all ask about these pockets and can we flip them? Now, yes, on these, no, because these actually have rivets on the inside. So they are fully connected. However, if I had another pair of jeans that I was making the bag out of, I would take these off, flip them in the same space. And then that way, when you wear the bag, you have little pockets on the outside, which is cool if you want to just throw something in there. All right. So I'm thinking, what else do we want to do on the outside of this bag? I was thinking maybe I would put, let me go grab these other. All right, you guys, you all know I have so many grommets that it's out of control. Or seam rip the bottom of, oh, I missed that. Seam rip the bottom of the pocket and stitch down the top. True, you could do that too. We could do that. I don't think I'll do it on that one, but maybe we'll do it on this one, huh? Okay, I won't do it on here because of the time, but I'm gonna do a grommet there. I just want to do it, no particular reason, but I just think that would be cool. And we're gonna start with, can you close the bottom and open the top? Yep, sure can. All right, so I'm just gonna make a circle there. I already cut a little hole for the placement. Those of you that want to do some of these projects with the grommets, let me just warn you. Okay. They are not these grommets that you use from like shower curtains and stuff like that. These are not meant to go on clothing. Okay. They can be put on clothing. I think that they really enhance and give that kind of edgy element to pieces. But you guys, that's not what they were for. And so, okay, which one is which? Wait, top, bottom, bottom. I always get confused. So I say that to say that that's the bottom. I say that to say that you guys, sometimes the grommets pop off. I have started gluing them with like E6000 because one of the grommets popped off right before we got ready to go out at the at Daytime Chicago. And I was like, you know what? I will never not glue the grommets. All right, we're going to turn this. I'm going to turn this inside out because the way I normally do these, see, this is what happens behind the scenes that you guys don't see in the video. And then I go, oh crap, why did I decide to do that? So I'm actually going in with my hand on the inside and pressing the fabric away. And we'll come back to the front. Is this the back or the front? I think it's the back. I think it's the front. I think it is. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, some more. I was in Oak Lawn, Illinois, thrift shopping at Goodwill and Salvation Army on Cicero. And the second is First Thrift, owned by a couple. Oh, where's First Thrift? I don't think I've ever been there. So I haven't been to the Goodwill in Oak Lawn in like 2 years, you know, and I think this is not wide enough. One of the reasons I haven't been there is because last time I went there, they hadn't done a remodel or anything, and it was so dark. I just didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it, so I didn't go back. And I didn't really, well, I found a pair of shoes, but. All right, you guys, we're struggling with the grommet because I should be doing this from the other side, but I can't because it's a pocket. Okay, we got it. Whew. There we go. These grommets are nice because they snap in, but you also need to put a little glue in there. So I just thought that was something cool to put on there. I think I need another one though. I feel like I need one up here. Anybody else think I should put any more grommets on? Let me know in the comments. Hello from Ohio. Y'all know I love some Ohio. Me and Ohio, we go together real good. Y'all, I love thrifting in Ohio. And I have some very good friends who live in Ohio. I can't wait to come back and do some more thrifting. Okay, this is the last grommet I'm going to put on here because, again, I'm not trying to keep y'all here all afternoon, and we're almost done. I do want to show you, in case you want to have a lining. The lining could be nice. How now remodeling and it's finished. Oh, your remodeling is done. Okay. That's exciting. All right, so that one is a lot easier. It's been almost an hour, but those who roll with me will roll. All right, there we go. I put this one here so that you can see how it's going to look with the lining. Now, we're going to do this lining like like it's about to be a bootleg lining. All right, but I'm going to get it done. First of all, we need to make sure the lining is as wide as the space inside the bag. All right. And I'm going to let it come past the zipper. So I'm going to cut the lining. Okay, that didn't work. Let's see, can we cut it? Can we tear it, or do we have to? There we go. Want to make a bag. Yes, you got to make the bag. If you just joined, this is what we're making. All right. These are the ones that we're working on right now are men's size 34 jeans. Yes, men can carry denim bags, especially denim bags, because they definitely have a more masculine energy. But the jeans these were women's jeans, but the jeans we're working on today are men's jeans, and they are men's size 34. Okay, so here is our lining. And I cut the lining so that it would be as wide as the actual jeans. Okay. And I kind of need to decide. I think I want to keep the wrong side of the lining. I think I want it to show up like this on the inside. See, like that. I think that would be nice to have that little pop of color. Can y'all see that okay? I think we want to have that little pop of color on the inside. So, okay, let's do this first. Let's sew the zipper in, because in order to get the lining in here to look right, we're going to have the zipper on. So let's move this to the side and bring the sewing machine back. So do you want to see the lining or no? Do you guys feel like it needs a lining? What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. If you came late, definitely go back and watch the replay. And let me know what you want to see next Upcycled Live. It'd have to be something that I can do relatively quick, like within 90 minutes. I see one yes. I see another yes. Okay, y'all want to see the lining. Okay. Got it. What kind of sewing machines are you guys using? I was going to do a video on my recommendations of sewing machines for beginners. I don't know. Is that still something that's relevant? People interested in? Yes, lining, please. Okay. We will do the lining. Okay, I'm going to go in here and we are going to start sewing. The zipper in. I have 3 old machines. Okay, look, my belief is you do not have to spend a whole lot of money on a sewing machine. If you can sew a straight stitch on that machine, if you can sew a zigzag stitch, create a buttonhole, if it's got a free arm, you don't need all of those stitches, you guys. You barely use them. This was the first sewing machine that I bought with my own money, and I spent a grip on it. I'm just gonna be honest. But I'd never bought my own sewing machine. They were always a gift to me. I am sticking myself so much. They were either a gift. I'm just going to move this a little closer because I can't really see myself and I can't see how much of me is in the photo. Okay. So they were either a gift or borrowed from somebody. So I never actually had one. And I decided for I think might have been like my 50th birthday. This was one of the gifts to myself. I was like, I want a really, really, really nice sewing machine with all the bells and whistles. I know I don't need them, but I bought them anyway. And it was so funny because somebody else gave me a sewing machine as a gift the same year. Anyway, but let's see. You thrifted your sewing machine years ago. Kenmore makes a great machine. And every time I see a machine in a thrift store, I'm always like, man, I should buy that. But I don't have room for it. All right, y'all. We're struggling a little bit here because, oh, you know what? Duh. I'm going to take the free arm off. So I just took this piece off of my machine because I couldn't wrap the jeans around. I've stuck my hand so many times. All right, there we go. Whoa. Hopefully you guys can see. Pie, shop mine. Oh, a pawn shop. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you can get all kind of stuff. Okay. All right, so I'm going to slide this over. I'm using white thread for a couple reasons. The jeans have white thread, and I wanted you guys to be able to see. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. Now, the part that we cut, the side of the jeans that we clipped and folded over, once you cut it, the fabric starts to stretch. So my recommendation would be to go in and do a stay stitch before you sew. But we didn't do that because why? This is unscripted, unedited Jen. All right. I don't know if you guys can see, but we are right at the edge of the zipper and we're getting ready to start sewing. So I'm going to do a little bit of a back stitch here, and I'm going to try to get as close to the zipper as I can. I'm taking the pins out. You have two brothers and a singer. Okay. I have my grandmother's old singer, the one that was in a table. I do have a brother, and then I have this husky. Let's see, what else do you guys have for machines? Kenmore, a white metal, over 30 years. Sewing machine is 20 years old. 3 old sewing machines. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, as long as you can still sew with them, keep those machines lubricated with some sewing machine oil. Ouch. And get the dust off of them. Those machines can keep going. My grandmother's sewing machine still works. So if at any time, I might use it on one of the videos so you guys can see it. Okay, right now I'm sewing this part first because it is the most difficult, because this part of the jeans are stretching and it's a little more challenging to keep it in place. But as you can see, I'm folding it over right next to the zipper, and we're stitching right next to the zipper. Looks like the sun finally started to come out here in Chicago. It's so dreary and cold. It's still cold here, you all. Ouch. I keep sticking myself. All right, so now we're coming up on the flat felt seam that merges with the inseam, and there's like 4 layers there. So we have to be really careful because I am not using a denim needle right now. So I'm going to go very slow. Let me just get this other video going. All right. So we're going to go really slow over that area. And because it's really thick, I'm actually tugging it just a little. I do not recommend tugging when you're sewing, but I'm doing that here. Okay, now we're coming down. I'm trying not to stick myself, but I made the mistake of putting all the pins in one direction. And as I'm sewing, they're sticking me as I'm sewing. Okay. I just have to be careful and watch myself. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I'm trying not to end up with a bloody hand. All right. Always put your hand up underneath and make sure you're not catching any extra fabric under there, because it's nothing worse than getting finished sewing something completely and realize that you sewed more fabric up underneath that didn't belong there. All right. I'm going to go slow, keep my fingers away from the pins. All right. We are in the home stretch here, you guys. So what I'll do once this video gets uploaded to YouTube, like, what is going on? Hello? What? Y'all, look who's here. You want to say hi to the people? Say hi. I have a birthday coming up. I'm going to be 14. Hi. Hi, everybody. What do you want? I feel something tugging at my leg, and it's the dog. That's Jax. If you guys are new here, that is my old man Jax. He is going to be 14 next week. Yeah. All right. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to read the comments, because right now I'm too far away to see, but we are coming up on the end. All right. So here at the end, I'm going to take the zipper and flip it back so that I can go around it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to come up the side, and we're going to do a little back stitch, and I'm going to turn it so that I can start to get to the other side. I'm going to do a little back stitch, and I'm going to leave the needle in the down position. My foot automatically comes up, and then we're going to turn it. Jax, they're saying happy birthday to you. He can't hear. Y'all, he's deaf. He no longer can hear unless I am right in his ear. So anyway, they said happy birthday, okay? Thank you all for the early birthday wishes for the baby, for baby Jax. He used to be baby Jax. Now he's old man, Grandpa Jax. Okay, we're now on the other side. And you just want to make whatever adjustments over here that's necessary so that you can try to sew on the stitch that's on the flat bell seam. Okay, so I'm going to come around the side because we got a zipper there. So we need to come around, start taking these pins out. All right. And there we are. So now, no more sticking. You all see that okay? Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. You said thank you, right? Yeah, he said thank you. Okay. Almost done. And then we're going to start working on the lining. I think I was saying once this uploads to YouTube, because right now, this is another area where it's a little challenging. I hope my thread doesn't break. I'm not using denim thread, nor am I using a denim needle, which is a no. If you all decide to sew this denim bag, please use a denim needle and please use denim thread, because the thread will break and the needle might break, or the stitches will not be like they should. So always use the right equipment when you guys are sewing. All right, so we are coming up on the end. Living on the edge. Okay. Living on the edge. That is exactly it. All right. So here is the last little piece. Let's get that on the other camera. Okay, we just did a little back stitch. We're going to cut the thread. We're going to move all of this out of the way. The other nice thing about my sewing machine is that it allows me to lift the foot up higher. That's one of the features of this machine. I can push a button and really lift the foot up high. And it has a wide neck. Hi, Simone. Welcome, welcome. If you are just joining, which I see there are a few folks that we have here new, we are in the process of making a denim hobo bag. This is the denim bag that you guys have been seeing in my videos lately. And I keep getting questions about it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to come over here and we're going to make the bag. That's what we're doing. This one that we're making, though, is a little different because we're actually going to do a crossbody and we're doing some embellishments. So, again, you guys can get creative and do all different kinds of things. But I was trying to get this done in 90 minutes. It's already been more than almost that. Okay, so here we are. So far, this is what we have. Okay. That's what we have so far. Let's see, can I make it so you guys can see a little better? I cannot get this stupid background off. So otherwise you guys could see better. All right. So now we got to figure out the lining. Okay. Marion from Germany, welcome. Well, you guys, you are part of the membership crew, and I'm going to be going live later with you guys to talk about some of the stuff that I'm working on. So you guys are getting a behind the scenes. And if anybody's interested, I do have a membership section where we have a live class every month. And sometimes it's live thrifting, sometimes it's live upcycling, or we're working on different projects. We have giveaways over there. They get the first of the information. I know I said the community section gets information first, but the members get first kind of dibs on what's going on as far as like thrift crawls and stuff like that. And then I think I said giveaways. They get the videos earlier and they get their own separate members videos. So yeah, whenever you get around to it, check it out. I have a video attached to the member section that tells you, kind of the behind the scenes. And if you watch that video, you will see some clips from some new pieces that I'm working on. So I'm excited. Those things are going into the upcoming show. And yeah, from Germany, from Cologne. Now, I have not been to Cologne. I've only been to Berlin. All right. So we just unzipped the, whoops, I was not recording that part. All right, let's zip it back. And let's make sure the camera is on. Sorry, guys. This is how I do my reels for you all. We have to record at the same time. There we go. All right. I cannot wait to go to, I thought she typed something else. Never mind. Okay, so this is our zipped portion. I am going to flip this a little bit. I won't be able to flip it completely because we've got the strap in there, but I'm going to flip this over so that I can get a sense of what the lining looks like. Yes, I had a wonderful time in Vietnam. If it wasn't so far, I promise y'all I would go back, but I just can't. I've got so many other places that I can't wait to get to. So I won't be going back there. I might go to Hoi An, but that will be a few years from now. Okay, so here we are on the wrong side, and here we are with our lining. Okay, so we are going to make this lining. Let's see. Whoops. Okay, get this back on track. Something happened here with the other camera. Sorry, you guys. Sorry for all the shaky. Let's go back up. All right. We should be good in frame. Okay, that's the foot pedal you see up under there. All right. Here is our lining. And I think we agreed that we were going to do lining. So what we're going to do first, I made the mistake of putting a hole in here because I was going to make this a little more narrow. So now I can't go past where I had the hole. So I'm just laying the lining on top to get the full width of the jeans. And I have the folded edge at the bottom, which I think for security reasons, I think that's better. And then here is the edge. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut the excess off. I'm just going to cut it all the way up. Yay, welcome. Be sure to stay on after this live, or you'll get a notification. You will get a notification that I'm going live, and I'm taking you all in my sewing room and showing you all the new pieces that are going into this show. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Okay, so we have this piece like that, right? And what we want to do is I'm going to put the shiny side against the wrong side of the jeans. Yes, welcome, new members. Yeah, I had to, I shut down the old members section and restarted it. I had 3 different levels. It was really getting difficult to manage. And I really think that the group sessions that we were having, they are so much fun because everybody is working on different things, and it gives me a chance to show you guys like back of the house stuff that's happening. It's so much fun, and it's just another way for me to connect with you all, and I really like that. Okay, so I hope you guys really enjoy it. And we're going to do our next giveaway right after the fashion show. All right, so you can see here that I took the shiny side, put it against the wrong side because I want that purple to show through the grommets. And I'm going to add some more grommets. But you guys didn't, oh, my camera died. Okay, let me plug it in and charge it. You guys didn't tell me if you felt like I should add more grommets, or do you, why is it asking me that? Should I add more grommets, or should I do something different? Yeah, I sent a couple messages out over the last like 2 months to let you guys know that I was pulling the membership down at the end of March so that we could start with the Restyle Circle. So it's more than just membership. It is really a circle of creatives that are interested in just learning all about kind of the ins and outs and behind the scenes. You guys are going to get all of the bloopers and the behind the scenes of the videos, the outtakes, the stuff that doesn't go into the long form videos. I think you guys are going to like it. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Let's see. Okay, a cluster of 3 small grommets. I like that. Maybe we keep them all on one side. I think that makes it interesting. Good idea, Chi-Town Maid. I like that. Okay, let's go. Now, I've got my chalk pencil here, and we have the bag sandwiched in between the lining. This is a really kind of bootleg way of doing it, but you guys, we're going to get it done, right? Okay, so here is the zipper right here. And so I'm going to just trace on the lining where the zipper is. I can feel it with my fingers. All right, that's where that is. I'm not going to do lining all the way up the sleeve. I just don't think that's necessary because I only really want the lining to be where I can put things in the bag and cover up the area behind the grommet so that the color can show through. So I'm really just doing this as a decorative element and also to keep the things that I put in the bag all in one place, okay? Again, if you just joined, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, okay? Don't forget, we're making this bag. We're making this hobo bag, the one that you guys have been asking me about, okay? All right. And now we're putting a lining. My other bags don't have a lining, but this one does have a lining. Okay, so I just made a little V here, and that is where the lining, and not the lining, that's where the zipper is. Right in there. I'm going to stretch that out a little bit so that, and I'm going to cut. Welcome back, Judy. I think, weren't you a member before? I think you remember before. But I wanted to bring everybody in one circle because that way I feel like I can get to know you guys a lot better. And when you all are interested in particular projects, I can get to everyone and I can tailor some of our classes for the entire group. Okay, so what I did was I cut a section of the lining down to the zipper. I'm going to take this lining and I'm going to, see, this is going to be the inside of the bag. So I'm going to take it and fold it in like that. And I'm just going to pin it. Okay. I'm getting alerts from YouTube. Is something going on you guys' end? Okay, it looks fine over here. I don't know what's happening. I'm getting notifications. All right, so I'm just taking the edge, folding that raw edge down. Let me know if you can see it okay, because I will take myself off camera and we're going to take this to the edge, pin it, and I'm going to take the rest of it, this remaining piece here, and I'm just going to pin it to the part that's going up the arm. Okay. It's not a lot. It's just a little bit. Okay. Can you see that? So that's just getting pinned there. Put one more pin in because that's going to be, you said you can't see it? Let me know. I can switch so you guys can see better. How about that? Can you hear me? Okay, you can see. Oh, okay. So I just did the table only so that you guys can see. All right, that way it's clear. All right, so I just pinned it the rest of the way here, pinned it around the zipper. Now I'm just coming around to the other side. I hope I made it wide enough. I mean, it's a big bag, so I hope I did. We're gonna fold that over. That's much better. And you, oh, great, 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 great. Okay, we'll just leave it this way. Okay, so I'm folding over the edge. I gotta fix that other one because I folded it over too much. All right, so I'm still folding. And this is on the inside. Again, we put wrong side against the right side so that when we flip it, it will come out correct. And while I'm here, you guys do not forget that we are having live thrifting April 18th. I don't know where I'm going yet. Check the community section. Details will be there in another week. It's going to be early Saturday morning, 8 o'clock. Okay. And I may come on a little bit earlier, but right now we're doing 8 o'clock. Okay. So you see, hopefully you all can visualize what's happening here. Okay. That's the inside of the bag. I like it already. I really do. Okay. So this is the bottom of the bag here. All right. So we're just going to flip this over like that. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. So this is going to be the bottom, and we're going to cut it down the middle. So live thrifting April 18th. And we're cutting down to our little mark. Okay. And we might go just a little bit further. There we go. And then we're going to take this, fold this over, place it right there at the zipper, and pin it. Purples and blues are favorite. You know, you guys, if you've been here for a while, you already know how I feel about purple. I never liked purple or lavender. As a child growing up, never liked it. And then people started telling me, "Ooh, purple looks so nice on you." I'm like, I don't like it. But I leaned into it. This is one of the things that I mentioned on the panel the other night. And you'll hear a little bit of this because I'm going to give you guys the full video of the day from being at Daytime Chicago to then sitting on the panel. But yeah, sometimes you have to listen to what's going on around you. And sometimes other people can see what you can't see. And maybe you are staunchly opposed to a color. But if it works, baby, make it work for you. Okay? Make it work for you. And lean into it. I mean, you don't have to do it all the time, but you all see, you know, I showed up in lavender over the winter. I added a few lavender pieces to my wardrobe, and I love it. All right, I got to grab some more pins because my pin cushion was not in the same room. All right, we're back. We're almost done, y'all. So if you all have any ideas or suggestions for what you'd like to see next, whether that's in a live upcycle or another video, I do have some more blazer upcycles coming. If you guys are interested in those, you can stay tuned for them. I always like to know what it is that you all like to see, because I can tailor to that. Yeah, let me know. Oh, you were gonna try to get there? Yeah, it was so nice. It really was. It was really fun. Well, Dee Dee, you have to just make the next one. Michelle and Brenda and Gilda and Iva and I are doing another panel here in Chicago. I've already emailed them some dates, and my hope is that we can have this panel this summer, and um, you can come and join us, and we're going to talk about fashion and style. All right, so there we go. We have pinned the lining to the inside. Now, what I will need to do, let me just, let me test this out before I end up doing something and it ends up being crazy. Can I sew the outsides of this together before I flip it? Let me see, or do I have to wait? Let's see. So if you, well, what kind of juki do you want? You want an industrial juki? Same bag with leather pants. Ooh, okay. So what I'm doing is I am pinning the sides of the lining together, because in my mind, I'm not sure if I can sew the sides first before I flip it. I don't think I can. I don't know. We're about to see. You want a juki? Yeah. Tell me what kind of juki you want, and maybe I can help you decide. All right. I want to make a button front denim maxi skirt. Oh, okay. We can upcycle that. Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna pretend like I already sewed the sides down. If I flip this back right, will I be all right, or will I be stuck? Ooh, look at that, y'all. Look at the bag. It's coming together so. We love it. We love it. Look at that. That's cute. I feel like I need to put a little piece of purple paper in here. I love this already. Look at the inside of the bag. Look at it. Okay, so safe to say, oh, I'm glad I pinned it, because this needs to go the other way. I don't want the inside of the seam showing in the bag. So we'll have to figure that out. I mean, I could always just sew it this way, but I don't want that like that. You guys, look at it. Look. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, let's finish it up. Let's try to get this finished in 20 minutes, all right? I do want to know what you guys want to see. If you want me to try this button front denim maxi skirt upcycle, sure, we can do that. How do we do this? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to just stitch. No, I can't. Wait. Ouch. I have to leave a hole. I have to leave a hole in the lining in order to flip it. Otherwise, it's not going to come out right. If you're just joining, and I see about 10 more people join, all right? I see about 10 more people join. Hi, welcome. Woo. We are making this bag. This is the Hobo shoulder bag that you guys have seen me carrying in my videos. But we're doing something a little different. So we're making the bag, but we're also making a lining on the inside, and we're doing a little embellishing. And a lot of you guys have had some great ideas, like, for instance, flipping and turning the pockets over, okay? Or sewing the pocket closed at the bottom and opening this part of the pocket. Love that. What about putting lining inside the pocket so when you open it, you see a little pop of color? We like that too. All right. Yeah, you guys, let me know in the comments what you are interested in seeing being upcycled. Now I got to get back to where I was. So I'm going to push this back through. So it looks like I don't need to leave a hole. But I do need to make sure that I'm sewing this so that the bottom is closed. All right. Denim Hobo 2.0. Yes. Whoa. All right. We are bringing the sewing machine back. Let's now. Whew. Okay, let's get it going. All right. Okay. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to start up here at the top and stitch our way down. I love that you guys crochet. I cannot crochet worth nothing. I tried years ago when I was much younger. Didn't work out for me. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is just stitch from the edge of the zipper to, man, these pins are going to be the death of me, I swear. Okay. So I'm just stitching here to get the lining at the edge stitched down because it's really thick and heavy in here. And I just want to make sure I'm getting the lining sewn down because we don't want it moving around on the inside. Okay. Take these pins out. Anybody give me any ideas of the next upcycle? No? Well, the next project that you guys are going to see, let's see, probably won't be until next Sunday, but I'm using a mood pattern in an upcycle. Tried it, I'm not good at any sewing or crocheting, Cynthia. Both? Anybody out there have a Juki machine like mine? Anybody else have an industrial machine? Or are we all using what I'm using now, like a household machine? I'm just curious. I always wonder. Learning from YouTube. So you guys know I have plenty of how to get started sewing videos. If you go to the playlist, How to Sew, I have recorded from my sewing classes that I teach here in Chicago. Okay, I'm going to read that in just a second because that was intriguing to me. But if you go to the playlist, you will see the videos how to learn how to sew. And I've taken the videos from the classes that I teach here in Chicago, and those modules are what I use for the students to reinforce what they learned in class. So it's the same thing that I teach. I teach how to thread the sewing machine, how to thread the bobbin, how to do an edge stitch, how to do a back stitch, all of the basics, because if you guys can learn that, you can do the more complicated things in no time. You just have to learn the basics and really learn your way around your sewing machine. Like, experiment with it a little bit, try out different things. Sorry, I'm losing my foot. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay. All right. So we got the lining almost done. This one was a long one. I think it was a little longer on one side than it was on the other. But that's okay. Again, we are winging it, y'all. We are winging it. Dee Dee! Yay, Dee Dee! Oh, Dee Dee, we're going to have so much fun. So get ready, you guys, in the membership section. We're going to be talking all things thrifting, all things sewing. As soon as I finish this bag, I'm going live, members only, so you guys can see what's going on to get ready for this show. I've got some really nice designs, and I'm going to let the members decide which one of the new designs that I'm creating for the upcoming show should I bring over to YouTube. I've recorded pretty much everything, but I got this skirt, y'all. Oh my God, this skirt is so fabulous. I almost was finished with it last night, but I got so sleepy that I couldn't stay up to finish it, so I didn't. But I'm going to show it to you guys when we get done here. We're almost done. Once we do the lining, once we get the lining all sewn in, then we're just going to sew the bottom, and that'll be it. All right, so see how easy it is to just sew the lining in? Only good at piecing quilt loops. Quilt loops? Quilt tops. See, I don't even know that terminology. Okay. We're getting it in. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, that's the inseam. You gotta be careful. Okay, and my machine was like, hell no. The machine said, no, I'm not doing it. Okay, we're gonna try this one more again. We may have to just hand stitch that. Let's start on the other side. How about that? Better now, machine? She's like, okay, I'm happy now. All right, let's see. I'm just going up to the messages to reread. Oh, I'm learning from YouTube. My mom tried to teach myself and my grandmother years ago, but she's left-handed and didn't go so well. Oh, okay. Worked on a temperature blanket. You got to tell me more about the temperature blanket. Hey, Jen, I'm Vera from Columbia, South Carolina. You look, but I do. Add one in the comment on the pocket. And a few, oh, okay. Good idea. Worked at a sewing factory for 2 years. Me too, Cynthia. I worked in a production for 2 years. Butterflies, good idea. I want a Juki so bad. I hear they're amazing. Which Juki though? Let's see. I'm only good at piecing. I have an industrial machine that I teach a child with. I also have 20 machines that I teach with in Columbia. Great. Need a sewing video. I don't know anyone above sewing. I'm looking to buy a computerized self-thread machine. Okay. I put the grill tops and I sew them together. Hey, Shirley. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So, I see somebody else has an industrial. I have been sewing on an industrial machine for, oh my gosh, years. Okay, Jax is like getting restless. I don't know, maybe he has to go to the bathroom. We're almost done, baby. Jax is like, look, I don't know what's going on up there, but I'm going to put him on the table in a minute just so he can kind of calm down. Yes, I put my dog on the sewing machine table. And sometimes he sits on the table and then he goes to sleep. Because he's old, so all he really does these days is sleep, eat, poop, and he plays a little. Okay, so we're going up around the zipper right now, and then we're coming down, coming up the, be patient, Jack, right? He'll be patient. I'm going to put him on the table in just a minute, and then he likes that. He just doesn't like being away. Okay, sweetie, I hear you. Mommy's almost done. And it's not too far from time to eat, too. So, all right. It was not supposed to be grilled. I don't know. This is beginner friendly. Yes, this is very beginner friendly. This, if you don't do the lining, it's okay. He's on my leg. If you don't do the lining, it is definitely very beginner friendly. Okay. I meant to cut square triangle circles, then sew them together. Oh yeah, I've done that. I think quilting is absolutely beautiful, and people that do it and do it well, I admire that as well. Did my zipper come loose? Yep, the zipper came loose. We're gonna have to put that back together. Okay. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, Jax, we're coming. We're almost there. I promise we're almost there, baby. Okay, we are coming up the other side, and we are almost done, you guys. If I hadn't been running my mouth so much, we probably would have been done. Jax is like, yeah, we would have been done. So when this broadcast is over, I'm going to take a little break, and then I'm going to go live with the members only section. Again, if you guys are interested in the members only section, you're more than welcome to join. We have a live session every month. And oops, we've got we talk about our sewing projects. I'll be doing live thrifting with the members only. Okay, now we're going over, we've reached the other inseam. So I'm going very, very slow here. Okay. Now I have to turn in the lining. Oh, machine stopped. Machine said, hell no, not doing it. Okay. That is the one thing about this machine. It will signal to you and say, no, it's too much. Which is interesting because when they told me this machine, when I first got it, they said it could sew over so much thickness, but I think it's the density of the thickness. So you can sew over something that's really thick, but it's the density. Okay, that doesn't look great, but we're rushing. We can always go back and finish that later. All right, you guys ready? Excuse me. All right. Oh, darn it. We didn't sew the sides. Remember, we have to close the sides. So I'm going to pull the lining through like that. You guys are so, you know how this goes. All right. So I'm going to start here at the top and sew this down. Come here, Jax. Jaxie, come here. Where are you going? You gave up on me? He gave up on me, y'all. He walked away. All right, so we're just sewing the lining. This should take you not more than 90 minutes to finish, I think. That's what I think. I think if you just concentrate on the back, if you eliminate the lining, you can probably save yourself a good half an hour. I hope I'm doing this the right way. If I'm not, it's okay. There we go. All right, that's one side. And then so we turn that. That's one side that's closed. And then we got the other side. Now, what I'm unsure about is, do I need to leave a hole? I feel like I do in order to get this right. But to make it less confusing, we're going to do this. We got 3 minutes, you guys. I'm giving myself 3 minutes. All right. I'm going to just fold this in like that. Is anybody on that? Oh, DJ Queen, here we go. Let me give you this. And for anybody else that's interested, I'm going to give you the link. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I noticed that when I went over there to check on members, it told me that some of the memberships had expired. And so I was actually kind of glad that it expired so that you guys could start all over. And here we go. Thanks to share. Here we go. All right, let's go back. I'm putting this in the comment section. Oh, Rockford. That's right. You're in Rockford. You should totally come to the thrift crawl this year. You should come. We had so much fun. And it's not far. And I got some surprises this year for the thrift crawl. All right, so I just put the link in the comment section. Anybody that is interested in joining the member section, there's a link there. You can click on it and you can find out what is what it's all about, the perks that you get. And then when we get off here, you can come join me because I'm going live to show you all what I'm working on for the fashion show. And if you are in the member section, if you're part of the Restyle Circle, it is called the Restyle. Debbie, hey Debbie, I didn't know you were out there. Welcome. And thanks so much for taking care of that. That article is going out, I think the 16th. So that'll be exciting. Anyway, if you are local and you're part of the Restyle Circle, then we're going to do some local things. Yeah. And we're going to be doing our first giveaway right after this fashion show. Okay. We are in the home stretch, you guys. And I cannot believe you guys have been hanging on. If you're here, I love that you're here. But I love it more when you put a thumbs up. So please. Okay, what's going on here? What is happening? What is going on? Okay, Jen. Something happened with the sewing machine. My machine was like, look, we don't even get used that much around here. I really don't use this machine that much. I use it when I'm teaching class. I use it when I'm on screen like this. I use it to make buttonholes because it makes amazing buttonholes. But because I'm always sewing denim, it's not as good. All right, DJ Queen, we would love to see you. This is going to be a good crawl. And you will need a car, because of the other things that I'm planning. But I'm going to lay all of that out. But it's going to be so fun. Whoops. That didn't go over well. Okay, now I'm rushing. And because I'm rushing, you just got here. Oh, okay, you just got here. Definitely watch the replay. Tell us where you're. Oh, I know where you're from. Hey, Lisa. Lisa and I went to high school together. All right. Woo, child. You guys, we are back. All right, so now we're turning this inside out. Totally rushed it, but you guys get the gist. Look at that. What a bag, right? What a bag. I love the purple. Okay, now I just realized that I closed the lining up and I need a hole in the lining. Didn't I say that a few times? Didn't I say like I need a hole in the lining? Y'all. Okay. So obviously the last part is to close up the bottom. But in order for me to get to the bottom, I need to go through the lining. So I'm going to take out this piece right here. Okay. I'm just going to use my seam ripper because I have to be able to put my hand all the way through so that I can turn it and stitch it. And how about this? How about we go to the industrial sewing machine and sew? How about that? I think I'm going to sew it on the industrial. So I'm going to take you all in the sewing room. So that we can use the industrial machine and we don't end up having to worry about broken needles, machines turning off. Unless you're sewing denim all the time, I wouldn't recommend an industrial sewing machine, because if you're not doing like commercial sewing or sewing as a business, it's way too much money to spend on a machine. But if you decide that that's what you, sorry you guys, my hair is in the way. If you decide that that's eventually the way you want to go, then yes, I would recommend an industrial. I used to have an industrial singer for years. I had an industrial serger for years. And eventually I went with Juki because this was the machine they are using in the industry. I was like, well, if the industry is using it, then I need to be using it. Okay. Now, the order in which I did this jacket is the order that you need to sew the pieces together. Okay. Don't try to do it out of that order because you'll end up going backwards. Like I'm going backwards right now. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm going to grab this together, pull it through the hole that I made in the lining to the other side. Okay. And we're going to do a couple of things when we pull this through. And then I'm taking you guys to the sewing room. All right. One thing I want to do, I'm going to stitch the pockets down. I don't want them open. They'll be facing down. I just don't think it's necessary. And then I'm going to cut this excess pocket fabric off. All right. So all right, so the volume be back on in a minute when I get back to the sewing machine. I was just trying to make sure that it was set up correctly. So we're going into my sewing studio to the industrial sewing machine so that we can finish sewing this. And then that's going to be it. I'm going to try it on for you guys and we are going to wrap up and be done. All right. So hopefully you don't get any echo. I'll be right with you. All right, we're walking to the sewing studio. Whoops. All right, now I'm just situating the camera. And then, of course, the tripod that the camera is on just decided to break. All right, we're going to move the chair over and move this over so you guys have a better visual. Okay, hopefully this works. Okay, well, there it is. All right. I'm trying to watch it. Whoa. Whoops. Okay, one more time. All right. I will have a visitor momentarily in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do first is stitch down the pockets. And hopefully you guys can see. Okay, he's sliding. And stitch down the pockets. Now, this is just my preference, but, you know, it's up to you. Can you guys hear? You're not getting the echo, are you? Let me know. Okay, I got it. Can't hear. Can't hear you. But that was a few minutes ago. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Okay, so I'm sewing the pocket down. Yes, I can hear you. Okay, great. All right, so we're sewing the pocket closed. I left my scissors in the other room. Of course, I'm not going back for that. That's one pocket. Then we're going to sew the other pocket. Be careful of the rivet. You don't want to get stuck on that or have your needle break on that. You can hear now. Okay, great. All right. I won't worry about cutting that inside fabric yet because I still have a hole in the lining, so that's not a problem. Now we're going to stitch the bottom of the jeans or the top part of the jeans together. Make sure you move these tabs out the way. I'm going to just pin them because I don't want to accidentally sew over them. Sew them down. From Georgia. Can't wait to get back to Georgia. All right, so here we go. All right, so you're basically just sewing straight across, okay? So I'm going to start on this end, and I opted to go to my industrial because it's going to sew through this thickness way better. Okay, I'm pushing the tabs away. Now, when I get here, this is where the jeans overlap in the front. There's a button there, and then there's the back layer of the jeans. But this machine is going to sew over all of that thickness. And you guys might notice I have a new foot on here. This is a Teflon foot. And so it glides over everything. Okay, here we are, y'all. Here we are. Here we are. And I just ran out of thread. Are you kidding me? I just ran out of bobbin thread. Okay. So now we're going to pull this through. Wait. Yes. We're going to pull this through the hole. And then we're going to try this on and see how it looks. We're going to fill it up with some stuff. Because you know we're going to fill it up. You see this? This is what I deal with. This is what I deal with. In my lap. Does anybody else sew with a dog in your lap? Anyone? 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 Yeah, you. Okay. Alrighty. So returning. Now you might ask, what am I going to do with these strips here? And what I've done in the past is I've just sewn them down just right on top of the space that they're at. And I can put my hand in here. I think what I'm going to end up doing, though, is hand sewing them down because the lining's in there. I can't really get to the tabs, but I don't want them hanging down when I try it on for you guys. So I'm just going to pin them because I think those look a little, I don't know. I don't like the way they look just hanging around. But I would just stitch these right down there. I sew with my grandson in my lap. You do? Oh my goodness. Hopefully he's asleep and hopefully he's like a baby. Okay. All right, I'm going to put some stuff in here and I'm going to do a quick try on for you guys. If I can get this dog off my lap. Okay, sweetie. Okay, baby. I know. Okay. Let's see what we can put inside the bag. And then you guys, we're done. We made ourselves a Denim Hobo bag. Let me get some of these threads off of here. Did you guys like that? Did everybody enjoy? All right, I'm going to put this. I got something to put in the bag because, you know, we got to fill her up. Oh, wrong way. Wrong side. Ouch. Wrong side. I need a lint roller. So another shower, she puts her dogs in the baby holder. Oh, I can see how that would work. But even me having the dog in my lap, y'all. And then sometimes both of them want to get in my lap. Okay, let's zhuzh this up a little bit. I got my little hat on. I got my little bustier top. Let's see. There we go. There's my bag. Okay, why is the background looking like that? Why doesn't it look regular? Do I have to go over here? What's happening? I don't know how to get the background off, so we have to, this is a different project. Let's move that out of the way. Okay. Kind of. Yeah, that's our bag. This is our big old hobo bag. I'm going to go in the other room. I think you can see better there. Yeah, I think you can see better here. There we go. There's the bag, you guys. There it is. That's the bag. It's done. And then we got a nice big pocket in here. Let me zip it up. And what's nice about, I can't zip it from behind me. What's nice about this zipper is it is a separating zipper. So I'm just cutting threads off because we were rushing. Oh, it's in there. I don't know why it's not. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong thing in. There we go. There we go. Let me know if you guys like it. Give it a thumbs up. I don't know how many thumbs up we got on the video, but because I can't see from here. I like it at this size. Yeah. So this is going to be in the fashion show in April. Inviting all of you all to come. I will put a link in the description box when we're done. Yay! We love it. We did a bag. We made a bag. Yes. I love it. It's like perfect for shopping or whatever. Like it is so good. Jinx, stop that. Sorry, you guys. Yay. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share with me your ideas on what you want me to make next. I mean, I got ideas, but I want to do stuff that you all are interested in. You guys really like the short on the crop blazer, but not necessarily the video on it. It was the breakdown. So I don't know what that was about. But anyway, crop blazers are like a very beginner-friendly upcycle to do. And so I strongly recommend if you want to get started, that's one way to dip your toe in and not have to worry too much. Okay? So check that out. Let me know in the comments. I am going to go walk my dog, get some water, and then I'm logging back in for the members only. We are going to look at 3 or 4 of the pieces that I'm working on for the upcoming show. And I'm going to share some other stuff with you guys. Okay. But this is our bag. Yay. Can I do a screenshot so I can get a picture of it? Yay. I can't. I can't do it. But anyway. And look at the purple showing through. And I think I do want to put a little piece of something in there, but I like that. I think we're going to do the cluster of grommets back there. I think that'd be nice. All right, you guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining. Always thank you guys so much for your support, for your encouragement, and just always being here and showing up. I really appreciate it. And you won't get a video tomorrow. This is your video for the weekend. This is the project. I'm going to post some pictures in the community section so that you can kind of see the process going through. And I will divide this video up into chapters so you don't have to hear my rambling. Okay. Thank you guys. And if you are new here and you have not hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button today and click the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. And also save the date for April 18th, we are doing live thrifting. I don't know where. It's definitely a spring thrift trip. I'm going to start with you guys in the car till I get to the store. We're going to look around. We're going to pick out. Well, I may not start from the store. I may need to scope the store out before I get on with you guys so that I can already have some things lined up. All right, you guys, thanks again. And don't forget to share your ideas on projects that you'd like to see. If you all are working on projects or you're working on a project that was inspired by something that I made for you, please send me an email and put the title in it, inspired by. Put the title in the subject line, inspired by. Some of you all have sent me pictures and videos of finished projects, and y'all, they got buried. And so I've been looking and digging, trying to find these projects. So if you sent me a project and you want me to talk about it on the channel, I need you to resend it and put inspired by in the subject line so that I can find it and I can show it, because I would love to show some of the things that you all are working on. Some of you guys DM me on Instagram. I need you to email it, because the Instagram DM is, I need to hire somebody to do that because I just can't. So, all right, you guys are leaving anyway. I'm going to leave and I will see you guys. See you guys. Bye. Have a great weekend, a happy Easter, and all of that good stuff. Bye, guys.